Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Realm of Mad God video. Wow, it has been a while. Today I'm going to explore the new realm for the first time while explaining some lore. I apologize to those of you who have watched my RotMG videos since way back, as I kind of just left and I started uploading things like Minecraft and Valorant. Since the last time I made a RotMG video, a lot has happened. I went from a senior in high school grinding out my college essays to a fragile young boy exploring my college campus. I've been busy lately making new friends, having fun, studying, and playing other games that I also enjoy. However, despite all that, this is just a game that I can't quit, RotMG has a lot of memories for me, as I started when I was about 9 years old. I remember sitting in my old after school on one of the shittiest brick laptops ever. I don't even understand how that thing ran, but I was just there with a few others. It was little Bluebird and his little friends. Back in the day, RotMG was ran on a web browser, but it was one of the few games back then that I could afford because it was free and I was a poor elementary schooler. I can't say I remember too much about specific details, however, I do remember getting my first 8-8 after dying a trillion times. I wasn't the first out of my friends at the time, but I definitely felt a sense of accomplishment as the game was hella hard for a kid with no brain like me.
Few years later, and I entered middle school. I met some of my closest friends during this time, and one of them sitting across from me right now. He reminded me the other day about how we would have these really shitty personal school laptops, and on these laptops we would pirate Adobe Flash Player and load up multiple windows at a time. When we got to school, we would use one window at a time to play the game. The school Wi-Fi lags a bit, and if you disconnect, you can't get back in. So every time we switched class, we'd have to close out of that window and use a new one. We didn't really play the game as intended in school as the tablets lagged, so instead we spent our time sitting in the Nexus trading. Back then we could get 8 lives for a Deca or Pixie, now you'd be lucky to buy one for 16G life. It wasn't just me and him either, it was like a group of 5 to 6 friends just trying to flip things to make profit. Fun times.
There were also a lot of people that I met online that really helped me enjoy the experience. Huge shout out to the people in my first guild, Plushie. I remember being really excited because the guild my friends created was hella ass, if I was being honest. And I was introduced to it by a man named Yobaka. I'm not entirely sure where he is now. It's been a few years, but I hope he's doing well and I'll bump into him someday. It seems like he was also online the game not too long ago. And from that point on, people like Yobaka, Campfires, Spooby, Jack Me Here, Ottergarb, and many more showed me how to play the game. They gave me good gear and donated me potions. With their help, I was able to progress faster in the game and learn how to play well. After a few years of this, something happened to this guild. Once at the top of the leaderboards, but fell once old players started retiring and continued on in life. As I continued to play the game, I made the decision to leave Plushie and looked around for a new guild. I'm not sure how I stumbled upon this guild, however, I met someone who was in an active guild called Couch Potatoes. Shout out to Atlantic, Resh, Suckets, Corgi, Vexahedrum, Fred Hanna, Ichigomu, Dad's Milk, and many, many more. And it even turns out that someone who went to my high school was actually also in the guild. I remember making plans to meet with Dad's Milk, and we took a picture and shared it with the guild. What a small world we live in. As I roamed the realms, I met players in the guild who helped me progress even further. About this time, I was most likely 13 to 14 and was ready for the big guns. I could do some of the harder dungeons and get some nicer items. On March 1st, 2020, I uploaded my first RotMG video. I was playing on Adobe Flash Player at the time, and that was only 4 years ago, but it felt like decades. My first PP video was inspired by others in the community, and I did my first MBC on that character, and I learned how to do Discord runs. When I made this thumbnail, I'm not really sure what 14-year-old me was thinking about putting a Minecraft cave into the background of a RotMG video. I was also terrible at editing. Watching my old videos, I can't help but cringe as the gear I used to have was utter garb, and yet I edit it in my badass 14-year-old editing style like it's the coolest thing ever. However, this video hit 2.3 thousand views, and waking up to that, I was the happiest child ever thinking I've become some super famous person. 42 likes doesn't sound like a lot, but for me it was everything. The kind comments and support that I received pushed me to keep going. And from there, I was just existing, and I kept pushing content. The only issue is that it would take me a while to create these videos as I only really made PPE videos. I've also made Minecraft videos, but that's irrelevant to this topic. At some point, I made RotMG update videos and became a news reporter. Those videos also did surprisingly well. Waking up to thousands of views would just brighten my mood for the entire week. My best RotMG video actually has 19,000 views. Every time I look at it, I just think to myself, wow, I'm a famous boy. 249 likes, including my own. That means there's 248 other people out there that like my content and hits the like button. Through my journey, I've also met other YouTubers that supported me. I used to stream a bit on Twitch, and I've had DVMos, sorry if I fucked up that name, but DVMos rated me before with over 100 viewers, and many people stopped by and stuck around, which was really awesome. Thank you so much for that day, and also thank you, Hyperion, for talking to me through the years. I can't find much, but I do remember you giving me advice back then for my YouTube channel, as well as gameplay. You guys and other YouTubers like McCurryBox12 and SebTruth were my RotMG YouTube inspirations. I looked up to you guys and I wanted to follow what you guys did. April 16th, 2020, I applied to the Shatters Discord as an ERL. I wasn't good enough for the actual thing yet, but I didn't feel like waiting for someone else to put up runs for me. I was 14 years old at the time, and I've been ERL ever since. The Shatters Discord was nothing but kind to me. My interview was given by Brio, who taught me a lot about starting things up and making sure that people follow the rules, including myself. Looking back, I'm glad I stayed with the Shatters Discord. I met awesome people like Vimto, Oops, Foreskin, Decent, Life Arrow, Kinky Pink, GameX, Hokiman, and many, many more. Compared to pub halls, the event section was much more fun. We could talk about anything we wanted to, as long as we weren't in a bad situation, and I absolutely loved story time. Whether it was other RLs, me, or raiders, I 100% loved hearing crazy things and just talking to people. However, it seems like those days have come to an end, with pub balls taken over and every other Discord server shutting down or becoming inactive. It doesn't seem like there's much hope for the Discord scene. In the past, there were huge problems with Discords when it came to leadership and management, which led to Discord political problems. For me, I really never understood these issues as I always thought of this as a game and a community that put together these organized runs to just help others and have fun. And still to this day, I still believe that most issues that an RL has caused is just for the shits and giggles. There's no more quota in the Shatters Discord, so I also have no reason to be demoted or step down. I'll always try and see if I can get people into my runs, and maybe someday I'll get those players and keys. There's a lot more that I probably want to say, but I can't think of right now. However, thank you to the RotMG community for supporting me through this awesome journey. This is not the end, and I plan to keep going. RotMG content will not be as common, but I will make a return every once in a while. And for those of you who enjoy my content, I would greatly appreciate those who stuck around, as I hope to release some interesting videos in the future. Most likely Minecraft. Anyways, thank you all so much.